Hello, Lynn. Are you there? I enabled chat so that you can chat with me and let me know that you're there. You're the only one so far. Ooh, you have a raised hand. I want to check. I can bring you into the Hangout so that you can actually talk to me if you're the only person. It helps if you have a Google account in order for me to do that. If I try to pull you in, it should walk you through creating one, or you should have the option to create one. But I want to wait until I hear from you in chat so that I know that that's something that you'd be interested in. So I'll wait patiently here. Just whenever you can type something into chat to let me know that you're present, that would be great. Turn down my volume. Let's see. Great chance for you to get help for an hour by yourself if nobody else shows up. Of course, not all of our subscribers know about this yet. We're kind of slowly notifying people about this and the Facebook group. And then you may have your volume off, which means if you don't have the webinar screen up, you wouldn't be able to see me or hear me or see me. Yay. Do you have a Google account? in the dark. If so, I can bring you into the Hangout. So we'll actually be able to talk person to person. And it'll also allow you to share your screen with me. Okay, all right. Let me try to bring you in and we'll see what happens. It might be patient. It takes several seconds to work sometimes. And so just follow the instructions and stay with it. I didn't mention this earlier, but you also need a microphone to talk on your computer. If you don't have a microphone, then you can cancel out and I can bring you back in to the normal Hangout. Should have asked that first. You need a camera if I'm to see you, but that's not a requirement. You should be able to get by without a camera. Lynn, let me know. I haven't heard you say anything yet. But let me know when you think you can talk. No, didn't work. Yeah. Take it didn't work. I'm going to chat with you. Oh. Just let me know what happened in chat. We can try to figure it out. Or we can just continue doing it like this. A little more one-sided. It's always a process to figure out how all the technology works together. It's never as simple as you think it's going to be. And then if you're, well, you might want to say something in chat just so that I know you're still there. And take your time. Don't let yourself get frustrated. Hey, you're back. Do you want to tell me what went wrong when I tried to get you into the Hangout? Yeah. Are you using a laptop? Or using a desktop computer? Did it just stall? Was it taking a really long time? Did it freeze or stall? Did your computer freeze up on you? Or was just nothing happening? And if you don't know, that's okay. All right, so here's the question. Do you want to try again? Or do you just want to keep going like this? All right, I'm going to initiate it. Just give it lots of time. Your computer might just be thinking and trying to figure out what the hardware is. It might be scanning through. Usually once it does it the first time, then you're good to go. So just give it some time and we'll see what happens. Okay, I just initiated it. Oh, I hear stuff. That's good.
Okay, are we on?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yep. Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, good.
Terrific. Okay, so what can I help you with today?
Well, I've been trying to put in new pages like that are on the home page, and to try to get the little bar on there. And I got a new page on there for like our trends, which is our newspaper for the church. But
Yeah.
I can't get the little bar we put white. You had those on there first, and then we added the picture to it.
Yeah, why don't you, can you paste the link for your site into chat? And if you don't have the old chat bar, let me know. I'll show you a different way to do chat.
I can actually just
or you can tell me what it is. That's the other option.
Kilcook TUM church at .aboundant.com.
Oh, I must have Kilcook. I must not. Okay, can you spell that out for me? I'm sorry.
KEOKUK.
KEOKUK. UM Church.
TUM church .aboundant.com.
That's a pretty good domain you guys come up with. It's not too long.
Yeah. We talked to the pastor about it, and he kind of wanted to change it to Keokuk Trinity TUMC.com. But
okay. I'm still not getting it. Let me find it through my back way of finding it.
well, I think there's a capital K and a capital C on the church.
Yeah, it shouldn't
make any difference.
Shouldn't matter. I'll just go through our administration tools and find it. Okay. And then the first page. There you are. I was missing the T. Okay, so let me share what I'm seeing. I'll share my screen with you. And actually, yeah, let me do it this way. This will be the best way. Okay. All right, you should now see my screen.
Mm-hmm. I do.
Oh, and you're probably seeing, okay, so let's see. Okay, so explain your problem to me again.
Okay, see where it says trends down here? Underneath the welcome, there's the picture of the hand.
Yes, yeah.
And it's trends. Well, I wanted to try to get like a banner or a little, like it's the blue where it says welcome. I'd
Yeah.
like to get it up over there, but I couldn't figure out how to do that.
So there are very few things that we've changed from the default Divi builder, but that style with the banner is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
So let me show you how to duplicate that effect. So here we are on you can see the Divi page builder here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna go into one of yours where it's working correctly.
Mm-hmm.
And if you go to the tab that says custom CSS, there's this little thing that says sub_banner.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to copy that, or just remember it. It's pretty simple. I'm going to get out of this blurb, and then I'm going to go to your trends blurb. Then I'm going to go to custom CSS, and I'm going to put the same thing right there.
Okay.
And I'm going to update your page. And there you go.
Okay, yay. Okay. That made it a whole lot easier. Now the other, like when I go to scan in, it's like, when I go to scan in like the, any like information that I want to, what would be the easiest way to get it into like the trends? It's to scan it in and actually put it in that.
Yeah. Okay, so you have a page that you've made called Trends. There's nothing on it yet. That's why it doesn't show anything.
Uh-huh.
What is your newsletter format? Is it in like a PDF?
Yeah.
Or is,
When I
okay.
scan it in, it'll be in like a PDF.
Okay. So you have a couple different options. And I'll have to back up and explain it to you a little more. Let's look at your home page. Okay. So a lot of times when you have stuff that's time relevant, you put it in a feed. Like, see this feed down here? And so you have your sermons, you have your blogs, and then you have your news posts. The news post was kind of what we were considering to be where stuff like newsletters would go. But you don't have to do it that way.
Okay.
But what will happen is if you have, like, say you have a post that is one of your trends newsletters, and you have a post about something that's happening later in the week, and you have a post about some other piece of information, they'll show in what's called a feed. They'll all show, and by default, I think it's set to show an abbreviated version of up to 3 posts. And so and then as you add new things, the older things will get pushed further down.
Okay.
So like I said, time sensitive. So people will see whatever the latest piece of news you have will be on top. So that's one way to do it. Although you could just use that for little snippets of news and put your newsletters in another place if you wanted to as well. So that might be a good reason to use a page. And so here's that page again. And there's no real advantage to using the Divi builder for this. So I'm going to go back to the default editor. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit add media.
Okay.
And you can literally just drag and drop your PDF into this box and it will upload it, or you can go through your file manager and you can upload it that way. Here's a PDF that I have that's called Falcor, and I'm uploading that. And it just finished uploading. And then I can hit insert into page. And voila, now it's there as a link. You can actually, if you want to add more style and more different kinds of widgets and stuff, you can still use the page builder and still do this within a text module using the Divi builder. So okay, so let's go ahead and preview what this is going to look like. Oh, that's weird. It turned your white background off. What if you had that problem on other pages?
I haven't.
Oh, you haven't changed it?
Well, no, I haven't put anything on the other pages. I've been collecting information for them. And
yeah, the rest of your pages are white.
Yeah.
Well, it might be because I'm in preview mode. Let me actually update the page and we'll take a look at it. And if it's still blue, I'll show you how to change that. It is, okay. So there's the page title, trends, and then there's the document that I just uploaded. You can name it whatever you want to, and it'll still link to your PDF file. So I'll show you that before I change the background color. Okay, so so this is pretty much just a link, and you'll see the link button is highlighted because it knows it's a link. So if you press on that, it gives you information. So here I could say Trends newsletter for June. And I can hit update. And now the link says Trends newsletter for June.
Okay.
Okay, let's go back and fix your other problem. By the way, if you ever open Falcor, Falcor is my Dungeons and Dragons role-playing character. So don't freak out. You'd be like, what in the heck is what in the heck is this? Why does a pastor have it on their computer? And that's why. Okay, so I'm gonna change your background color. We want to probably change it to white, like the other ones. So I'm gonna go into the theme customizer, which is where you change the look and feel of your site. And I'll have to remind myself of where this setting is. I don't know if I want to. Let's see if this fixes it. This might be a shortcut. So we basically have 3 pre-programmed color schemes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to see if one of those. And one matched the color scheme you were using. That's why I chose it.
Okay.
And there you go. Yeah. Now it's a nice beige color. Okay. It might have changed a couple other colors on your site. Hopefully nothing too dramatic. Yeah, I see that it changed. So, it did. It actually, I don't think these show up enough now.
Yeah.
So maybe you shouldn't have done that. Let me fix those and I'll show you how you can edit your footer at the same time. How about that?
Okay.
So I'm going to go to dashboard. And your footer is actually just another page on your site. So you've already proven you can work on pages, which is good. And it's called footer.
Okay.
And the text color is set to light, and I'm just going to change it to dark for these 3 headings.
Okay.
And then I'll preview the changes. Well, that's weird. Let me save it. There you go. Now they're dark.
Okay.
Here, let's fix this too. Your address will make it dark as well. You see how when I made the changes and I hit preview, I couldn't see them? That just happens because the way that your site used to look is cached, it's saved on your browser. And sometimes you have to fully update the page to see it, and sometimes you have to clear out your browser cache. And that's true no matter what web development system you're working in, unfortunately.
Okay.
What web browser do you normally use? Do you know? Is it the standard Microsoft one? Or is it Chrome or Firefox?
Well, actually, when I was trying to download Media Shout 6, because I'm thinking about changing to that for my
Okay.
church. I do the PowerPoint for the church, and I've been just using PowerPoint, and so it just takes me so long to do that. And so we were thinking about changing to the Media Shout 6. So I thought I'd do a trial version. And so to download it to my computer, I had to end up downloading Firefox.
Okay.
So that's what I'm using now for my browser.
I'll show you how to clear the cache in Firefox, but I got to switch the Hangout to find the Firefox screen. Oh, wait a second. Well, I'll just do entire screen. Now you should see this infinite loop of us. Do you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now you should see Firefox.
Mm-hmm.
So in Firefox, you can clear out the cache here in history. And then you just go to clear recent history. And you don't need all this, you just need the cache.
Okay.
And I'll do it for today. And then I'll hit clear now. And then you can look, and you do that when you've made a change, you know you've made it, but you don't see it on your site.
Okay.
Okay, let's go back to the other screen. This one. You want me to show you how to do your newsletter the other way, and then you can make a decision as to which way you want to do it? Okay. Okay, so let's do it as a post. So I'm going to do new post. And then I'm going to say, I'm going to call it what I want, Trends Newsletter for March. I'm going to add media. I'm going to put my little Falcor in there. I'm changing the title. I insert it into post. Now you can see it there.
Mm-hmm.
And then down here in categories, you have these 3 categories: blog, news, and sermon. So these match up with the 3 feeds that are on the bottom of your site currently. So if you did a post that said blog, it would go in the blog category. If you did a post that said sermons, it would go in the sermons category. Okay. We're going to choose news for this one.
Okay.
And I'm going to publish. And we'll let it do its thing. And then we'll visit the home page. And looky, now it says Trends Newsletter for March.
Yeah, that's probably a lot easier than.
Yep. And then there's another thing. So see up here where it says media?
Uh-huh.
If they click news, they'll actually get a feed of all of your recent posts. And so including the Trends Newsletter for March that you just put up there.
Okay. So then the sample one I can get rid of then?
Yeah. Yep. And to be honest, I mean, all the old news eventually goes away.
Oh.
It doesn't completely go away, but it gets pushed down the news feed by the newer posts.
Mm-hmm.
And so it won't be the first thing that people see.
Okay. So I can keep adding new, like March, April, May, and then eventually they'll just go down And then
And
they can.
it adds something that has a fancy name. It's called pagination, but it basically lets you you hit an arrow to go back to the older stuff, and then it loads a new page of posts that are older. So you can still find those old posts, but they're farther down the news feed.
Okay. You know, the pastor just said he didn't want to blog right now. He said he's got a lot of things going on. He said he wasn't really ready to do that yet. So I told him.
All right. You want to fix it? You want to help? I can help you take it out, or I can show you how to do it.
Okay.
I didn't mean to cut you off if you want to say more. I mean, that's true for a lot of pastors are nervous to get a blog, but I know some pastors that are able to use it as a tool. The pastors that use it the best use it to introduce concepts in their sermons, or to maybe like as an editorial on something that's going on in the church.
Okay.
But yeah, there's some different ways that they could do it. Okay, so let's edit your homepage. Okay, so here are your 3 news feeds. Your 3 feeds. One's for news, one's for blogs, and one's for sermons. And they're in 3 columns. This little button here, see it?
Yeah.
That's the one that allows you to choose how many columns you have. And so I'm going to hit that, and here are all your options for columns. So you can have as many as 4, which you're already using above. We want 2 columns, so I changed it to 2. And he doesn't want blogs, so I'm just going to delete the blog. I wonder if there's a way I think there's a way you can just hide it now, in case you ever wanted to bring it back later. Let me see if that. Divi is constantly updating. Yeah. Okay. Not seeing it. Okay. I can show you how to recreate it later by just looking at these. You can actually just copy one of these, and then you just have to change one setting to change the category from news to blog.
Okay.
Okay,
now,
so let's up.
Is the same thing true with the pages up above too?
On the other stuff on the home page, or the stuff in the menu?
Like the youth and the trends and the welcome.
Yeah, you can just copy one of these so that you know the settings are all correct, and then you can just change the settings that you want to change to the new one. So if I want to start with another youth, I can just hit the copy, and then I can go in there and change its name, change what it links to, change the image, everything. And guess what? That custom piece of code that was a secret, it's already in there because I copied an existing one.
Okay.
So let me update again, and then we'll take a look at your home page. By the way, churches are notoriously slow at getting content for the site. And I've never worked with a church that's gotten me content in a timely manner. It just always gets pushed down as a priority. And what I usually do in that situation is I write my own and then let them respond to that. If you write your own, and I know that's time consuming too, but you don't have to do a lot. Just write what you think should go in there. And that gives them a place to start. And so it will spur them into action. Or they'll actually say, oh, I hadn't thought of that. I like it. Let's keep it. Yeah. So that's your best strategy for getting them to get their content in time.
Yeah. Well, I went to the church and I asked them, I said, can I just give me all the information like on a history, belief, da-da-da-da, and I'm just going to write up my own thing and put it in there, and then I'm going to show it to the different committees and different things like that. And if they want me to change anything, I'll just edit it and then get it into GoDaddy. And we're going to go search GoDaddy for our
Your domain.
domain.
Yep.
And I tried to search it earlier this morning, but I couldn't get it to come up with anything.
The things you wanted were taken,
Well,
or it just wasn't working. The site didn't seem to be working very well.
I couldn't get it to show up with whether it said it was taken or wasn't, or so. And I put it in the search domain, but
Yeah. Do you want help rearranging this section, or do you want to keep trends there as well?
well, I don't really know if we need trends now. I have it up here too, up here in this top, and I don't know if I need it really up there, way here at the end, by the search.
Oh, trends, yeah.
Because if I have it down in the news, then
yeah, you don't need it in two places. Or you could link the trends to your news page. You could link that to your news page. I want to see something. So you have this countdown timer. I think it's kind of clever how you have it in there. Doesn't quite fit. Let me see if I can decrease these. Oh, and there's something else. So people, if they see that countdown timer, they might want to click on it to get to a link that has your service times listed in it. But I don't know if there's a way to do that with this widget. You might have to have that somewhere else on your page.
Okay. Now, where did you say we should put like our times for what, like the services and stuff under the like worship?
Yeah, so what I would actually do is create events for them. Create a recurring event.
Okay.
Under your worship page, I would put what visitors should expect. Oh, I took it the wrong way. Look at that. let me fix it. Or I took it out of its default, which was already smaller. Okay. My guess is maybe, what's the header, 22? Let's try 18. This time I'll use the preview function. Slightly, let's do 16. Okay, my guess is that will work. No, I'm being impatient. Should always let everything load and take its time.
I know.
Okay, so now it all fits.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You could maybe make it slightly bigger, but we know that it fits at this size. Hey, I bet 18 would have worked. Oh well. So what you might want to do, how about this? Okay, let's see. Let's take out trends. Let's move the countdown timer there. Let's do Let's do heading. Let's do 4. Oh, okay. What is the date for Easter this year? I forget.
The 28th. We have
I'll just put a Sam.
Yeah, 8:15.
Oh,
Yeah,
8:15. 30.
and 10:15.
And do you have different names for them?
We used to have sunrise, but they're just a morning church and the 8:30 church and 10:15 church.
Okay, so you don't have fancy names for them.
Mm-mm.
8:15, and then what was the second one?
And 10:15 worship service.
We'll just see how this looks. And then you can play around with it.
Okay.
So you can probably make it bigger and center it some more, and you could add more information. You are invited to join us for a time as we celebrate, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a good little use of that space.
Uh-huh.
I will give that to you as homework.
Okay.
Hey, we have 9 minutes. Is there something else you'd really like us to cover?
I can't really think of. I got the calendar. I did. I've got part of it for March in there, and it's working really well.
Okay.
I learned kind of how to add it. What I'm doing is putting in everything that is like from month to month. It's the same, and then all I have to do is just go in and change the different meetings that we have and
Cool.
things like that. So that's working out really well.
I like that calendar system. It takes a little bit of learning, but it's a good system.
Yeah, and basically I just need to fill in, what under my different pages there, and get her up and running.
Cool. Let me show you where you enter your domain.
Okay.
So that'll be one of the steps. You'll need to send us a support email too. And by the way, your dashboard is scaled down so that you don't have to look at all this stuff. So that it's easier. We've taken out all the stuff we don't think churches need.
Okay.
But it's under tools. It's called domain mapping. And then you just put your new domain in there.
Okay.
And hit map domain. And then send us a support request. Okay. So there are 3 steps. I wish it wasn't so complicated, but unfortunately, adding a domain is one of the most complicated things you have to do with the website. 3 steps is actually pretty good. I've been in part of processes that are like 20 steps.
Wow.
So tell GoDaddy you need this. You can just cut and paste it to GoDaddy support. You could do chat support. You don't even need to call them. Or you could call them and just say, hey, can you help me add an A record pointing to the IP address of this server, and then there's our server, is IP address. And they'll do that for you. Usually GoDaddy will do stuff for you, which is one of the reasons why I like it. They won't make you do it. So if you feel uncomfortable working in there, you can do it. And then put the domains, so whatever you do, Kia Cook, TUMC, or TUM Church .org, whatever you have, put that in here.
Okay.
and then just hit map domain, and then send us a support email with the new domain in it, and say you're ready to have your domain switched over. Okay?
So if I decide to go ahead and copy and paste that DNS, all that word, they'll have a space there to put that in on the Daddy?
Yep. They'll have a place, and it's advanced settings, and there'll be all kinds of warnings like, make sure you know what you're doing to do if you're going to do this. But just, or you can just ask them, have them walk you through it.
Okay. You mean if I call them?
Yeah, if you call them, or they're pretty good on the phone too. If you call them or if you chat with them.
Okay.
And that's it. So the 3 steps: have GoDaddy put this record in, and you can just copy and paste this text to them. That's one of the reasons why chat might be better, chat support, because you can just cut and paste this in there. They'll have both options. You could also just read it off to them too. That would probably be fine.
Okay.
And then you can put your domain name in, hit the map domain, and then send us a support email with the domain, whichever one you got. Those 3 steps.
Okay.
We should have a post on that. I think we actually do have a support post on that, but I need to check it and see if how good it is. All right, well, it's been great. I'm glad you're taking advantage of this. As we invite more people in to do the webinar, you might not be the only person, but you can come back every week, and we'll give you more tips about how to do things.
I'll be back every week because I've really enjoyed just learning and listening and finding out about how to do all this.
It's empowering.
Yeah, I enjoy working on the computer. I wish I was a little younger and could take classes and stuff on it, but I don't know, I've got lots of things going on. But I've enjoyed this, and
we've tried to make a system that you don't need any technical expertise to do. It's not perfect, but we'll keep on making it better.
Yeah, well, it's been relatively easy, with just a few different questions here and there.
Great.
Well, thank you very much.
Have a good day.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.